Welcome to News Nexus, the channel where we uncover stories that shape our world and impact your future. Today, we tackle a question that is shaking global finance. Is this the end of the dollar? For decades, the US dollar has reigned as the world's dominant currency. It drives global trade, anchors central bank reserves, and symbolizes American economic strength. But cracks are starting to appear. Rising debt, geopolitical rivalries, and new challengers are threatening its supremacy. Let's dig into the shocking truth about the dollar's uncertain future. The dollar didn't become the world's money overnight. After World War II, the Bretton Woods system placed the dollar at the center of international trade, backed by gold. Nations trusted it because it was stable and tied to the strongest economy on Earth. That changed in 1970, when President Nixon ended the gold standard. From then on, the dollar was no longer tied to gold. It was backed only by trust in the U.S. government. For decades, that trust held firm. But now, many countries are questioning it. One reason is America's exploding national debt. The U.S. owes more than $34 trillion, a figure that grows every day. To cover its bills, the government issues more dollars, raising fears of inflation and long-term instability. Ordinary Americans have already felt this through rising prices and weaker purchasing power. On the global stage, rivals are moving fast. China is pushing its currency, the Yuan, in trade deals. Russia, after facing sanctions, is conducting transactions without the dollar. Together, these nations are building financial systems designed to reduce U.S. dominance. The BRICS alliance, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has gone further, openly discussing the creation of a new shared currency. While such plans will take years, the message is clear. Powerful economies are preparing for a future beyond the dollar. Even the petrodollar system is under pressure. For decades, oil was sold almost exclusively in US dollars. But today, countries like Saudi Arabia are exploring sales in other currencies, especially the yuan. If that shift accelerates, the dollar's role in energy markets could shrink dramatically. Still, the dollar remains deeply entrenched. Around 60% of global foreign exchange reserves are still held in dollars. International businesses, banks, and investors continue to prefer it because no other currency yet matches its liquidity, stability, and global reach. So is the end near? The reality is more complicated. The dollar's dominance won't vanish overnight, but its power is slowly eroding. Instead of a sudden collapse, we may see a gradual transition to a multi-currency world, where the dollar is just one of several global players. For the U.S., this would mean less financial leverage. For everyday people, it could mean higher costs for imports, weaker influence abroad, and more uncertainty in global markets. Adding another twist is the rise of digital currencies. China has already launched its digital yuan. Other nations are developing central bank digital currencies. If these systems grow, they could bypass traditional banking and further weaken the dollar's control over global trade. Here's the bottom line. The dollar is still king, but it is no longer invincible. Debt, inflation, rivals, and technology are all challenging its throne. The shift won't happen in a single moment. It's already underway. So is this the end of the dollar? Not today, not tomorrow, but the decline has begun, and the world is preparing for life beyond U.S. dominance. At News Nexus, we'll keep tracking these developments because the fate of the dollar is not just about money. It's about power, influence, and the balance of the world itself. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, and subscribe. Tap the bell icon so you never miss an update. And tell us in the comments, do you think the dollar will survive as the world's currency, or is its era of dominance coming to an end? Thanks for watching News Nexus. Until next time, stay informed, stay curious, and stay ahead.